Hello everybody, this is Coach Knight again. We're going to work through a little problem here where the question says solve right triangle ABC if A equals 71 degrees and C equals 20. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw it because that always helps. So I'm just going to draw a right triangle as best I can. Here's my little box to tell me that there's a right angle there. Okay, now labeling your triangle. It does not matter what you label the vertices, okay, of your angles, I guess, of your triangle. So it's triangle ABC. They told us the name. Now, C is usually the right angle, usually the last angle. When they're naming a triangle is your right angle. So it doesn't matter where A or B goes. So I'm just going to put A up here at the top, B down here at the bottom. Now, when you're labeling your other parts, angle A, angle B, angle C will always be capitalized. The sides will always be lowercase, and they will be always opposite their corresponding letter. So if angle A is here, little a will be opposite that. So that's side A. Side B will be opposite angle B, and side C will be opposite angle C. And that's how they come up with A squared plus B squared equals C squared in the Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so let's label what we got. It says angle A is 71 degrees. Now, to me, that angle doesn't look like 71 degrees, but the drawing doesn't have to be drawn to scale. So that's 71 degrees. It tells us C equals 20. And like I said before, we have to solve the right triangle. That basically means we have to find all the missing parts of the triangle. They've given us 3 parts. We have to find the other 3. So the 3 parts they've given us, we know angle C is 90 degrees because it's a right triangle. Angle A is 71 degrees, and side C, the hypotenuse, equals 20. So the first thing that we're going to do that's the quickest and easiest is find the other angle. So since it's a right triangle, and there are 180 degrees in every triangle, there's 90 degrees for angle C. Well, that means the other 2 acute angles have to add up to 90 degrees. So to find angle B, we are just going to say 90 degrees minus angle A, which is 71 degrees. So angle B ends up being 19 degrees. Okay? Now we have to find, we have all the sides, or all the angles, so now we have to find the sides. So depending on which side you want to find first depends on how you do it. I like to go in alphabetical order. So I'm going to find side A first, which is right here. And basically I ask myself, I use my SOHCAHTOA, okay? And I say, what sides do I know? What side do I want to know? And what angle am I talking about? Now, I'm going to use the 71 degrees. This angle right here is, I know it's 71 degrees, and I'm looking for the side that's opposite that. So that's the A, and they told me C. So I know the opposite, or I'm looking for the opposite side, and I know the hypotenuse. So that means I'm going to use, I come over here and I say, hey, sine uses opposite and hypotenuse. So I'm going to take the sine of 71 degrees, and I'm going to equal it to A divided by 20. That's opposite over hypotenuse. And basically, I just solved this problem, okay? So you're dividing A by 20, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 20. Those will cancel. And basically from there, it's just sticking that in your calculator. You do need to make sure your calculator is in degree mode. That is important because if it's not in degree mode, it will give you the wrong answer. And this answer rounded is about 18.91. So, all right. So we have angle B, we have side A. The only thing we're missing now is side B. So you can do the Pythagorean theorem now if you want to. The problem with that, okay, and it's a big problem, is you may not be precise. And the reason being, we just found side A right here, okay? But what did we do to the answer? We rounded it, okay? So once you start using a rounded answer to get another answer, it's just going to be off that much more, okay? Also, the other problem with this is we may have messed up finding side A. And if you messed up finding side A and you use it to find side B, well, guess what? Side B is probably not going to be correct either. So the safest thing to do is to work it just like we found A. So to get B here, I'm still going to use 71. 71, B is adjacent to 71. And C is the hypotenuse still. So I know B, I'm looking for B, and I actually know what the hypotenuse is. So that uses the adjacent side and the hypotenuse side. So this time I'm going to do cosine of 71 degrees equals adjacent, which is side B, over the hypotenuse, which I know is 20. And basically, we do the same thing. We multiply both sides by 20. Those will cancel. And so B is whatever 20 times the cosine of 71 is. And if you put that in your calculator, you get 6.51. Okay? Hope this helps. We can do one more example. Let's just mix it up. Let's say they gave us a different triangle here. Again, doesn't really matter what you label it. I'll put A and B. I'll switch them up. Let's say they gave us angle B. Let's say they said that was 60 degrees, and side A. Side A would be here. There's B. There's C. So side A is, let's say, 7. Okay? So, one more time. Here goes the steps. So we know angle B. We know angle C. We just have to find angle A first. That's the easiest way to do it. Angle A is going to be 90 degrees minus 60 degrees. Angle A will be 30 degrees. Quick and easy. Again, the other sides, we're missing side B and side C. I'm going to go in order. So to get side B is opposite the 60 degrees. And I know side A, which is adjacent to 60 degrees. So I look up here at SOHCAHTOA, what uses opposite, the opposite side and the adjacent side. And it is tangent. So to get B, I'm going to say tangent of 60 degrees equals opposite, which is B, over adjacent, which is A, which is 7. And we do the problem. Get rid of that 7 by multiplying by 7 on both sides. And so B will be 7 times the tangent of 60 degrees. And 7 times the tangent of 60 degrees. Let's see here. What is that? That is 7 times. That's 12.12. And again, I rounded there. Okay. And now to find the third side, which is C. Okay. Well, now, let's see here. Let me change my highlighter and I can show you. We know the adjacent side, and we're looking for the hypotenuse. So what uses adjacent and hypotenuse? Adjacent, hypotenuse, cosine. So we're going to do cosine of 60 degrees equals the adjacent side, which is 7, over the hypotenuse, which is C. Now, this is basically a proportion that we've set up. If you want to put this over 1, you can, but the thing I want you to remember is anytime you have a proportion, you can switch, you can switch things diagonally. And switch means you just swap them, okay? Now this is a shortcut here, so this is going to be C would be 7 divided by cosine of 60. And that works every time you have a proportion, okay? And basically you just stick that in your calculator. Side C will be 14. All right, so those are 2 quick examples. Hope these help you understand how to solve the right triangle. And again, basically all that means is find all the missing parts. Hope y'all have a great day and stay above the line as usual.